Hey, Maximizers! Welcome to my live. If this is your first time watching me, welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is Crystal, aka Krista Maximizer, and I am a content coach. And I help product based business owners create consistent content that converts into consistent sales for them. I have been creating content since 2018. I started my very first YouTube channel, and on that YouTube channel, I was teaching women how to coupon, how to budget, how to meal plan, how to strategically shop and save money on all the things they want, like the need, without paying full price. And I was a couponer for 10 years. I had been couponing for 10 years before I started my YouTube channel. And I honestly started my YouTube channel on a whim because I knew I wanted a business. I just wasn't sure what kind of business I wanted. And I felt like couponing was the easiest thing for me to do. I loved it. I enjoy it. It was my favorite thing to do. I've been couponing for 17 years at this point, and the millionaire version of me coupons, as long as coupons are still available, I'm going to be clipping them and using them all the time. So I've been couponing for 10 years and I started my YouTube channel, and it gained a lot of traction. It grew really quickly. And then I started a membership. And in my membership in 2020, so 2 years had passed, my clients were like, "Hey, Crystal, there's a pandemic happening. We need help. We've saved a lot of money. Now it's time for us to make money. Can you teach us how to make money? Can you teach us how to start a side hustle? Can you teach us how to start a YouTube channel? Can you teach us how to build a business?" And I was like, okay, I can tell you what I've done. I can show you what I've done on YouTube. I can thank you so much for this gifts. I can show you what I've done. I can show you how I've built my business. I can show you what content that I've created. And that's what I did. So in 2020, I like to say I accidentally became a business coach. It wasn't my goal. It wasn't my intention. It wasn't my focus, but I accidentally became a business coach from the need of wanting to help my ideal clients make more money. So then my business coach was like, "Hey, Crystal, you're my star student. I want you to coach my people." And I was like, "You want me to coach your people? Are you crazy?" But I did it. And I coached a ton of women in her program. And for 3 years, I did both. So from 2020 to 2023, I did both. My sister's calling me. She would call me as soon as I go live. I did both. I couponed forward facing, and I was teaching my clients how to save money. Hold on, let me text my sister. She would call me as soon as I go live. Okay. Forward facing, I was teaching my clients how to coupon, how to budget, how to meal plan. I was posting coupon content out the wazoo. But behind the scenes, I was teaching women how to start YouTube channels. I was running a YouTube channel membership. I was teaching women how to start businesses from scratch and take the idea from their brain and turn it into a profitable business that they love. I was helping them build existing businesses that they have. I was helping them figure out how to monetize hobbies and things that they have been doing already and how to really make some money from it. I did it for 3 years. I absolutely loved it. I absolutely fell in love with it. And the reason why I think I fell in love with it is that nothing bad happens when women make more money. Nothing bad happens when women make more money. It actually helps the economy, it helps your community, it helps you overall. Because when you make more money, you have more access, you have more opportunities, and you have the ability to do more things in your life, and not just you, everyone around you. So I was like, I want to be a business coach. I want to be a business coach. Tonight's topic is content Q&A. So tonight, thank you so much. You know what I really need? I really need a galaxy to hit like whatever this bonus is on TikTok. So if anybody on TikTok wants to like slide me a galaxy, I don't even know what it is, but I just was looking at the requirements for like this little live thing I'm in. If I get a galaxy, something happens. But anywho, tonight I'm doing content Q&A. So I have like 8 content questions that people have been asking me, but I'm also opening up the floor for any content questions that anyone watching has. So if you have any questions about creating content for your business, specifically business owners who have questions about content. So any content questions that you have, please drop them in the chat. I answer all questions. So I would love to answer your Q&A questions. I have about 8 of them here that I get most frequently that I'm going to answer, but I'd love to hear questions from you. So for 3 years, I did both, but I fell in love with business coaching. So in 2023, my life was falling apart. Okay. The T is I broke off an engagement from a relationship that I should have left forever ago, but I broke off an engagement in 2023 that was also very traumatic. I spent all of 2023 figuring out like what I was going to do to leave, and I ended up leaving in November, and it was very chaotic and very crazy and a hot freaking mess. I wasn't feeling fulfilled in my business. Thus, I was struggling with I'm the couponing girl, but I want to be a business coach. Like I'm a couponing girl, but like imposter syndrome. Who do I think I am to be a business coach? Like you've only had your business for like 4 years. You've only been creating content for 5 years. What makes you think that you're qualified to coach people on their business? Even though I had the experience, even though I had the client testimonials, even I had the experience of coaching probably 30, 40 women with their businesses at that point. So I was like, I was in my head a lot. I was struggling with my personal life. I was struggling with my business. And then not to mention, Kinsley went to go live with her dad primarily. And it wasn't like, oh, take her, it was more so like for her growth and development as an athlete, because my baby is an athlete. It was a better decision while she was in virtual school to live with her dad. So in 2023, I was dealing with all of this stuff at once. And I was stressed and I was overwhelmed. And I just felt like my life was falling apart. And my business was so important to me. Like I built this Krista Maximizer identity. Like, how dare I give it up? Right. So I decided that I was going to be a business coach because I can do whatever I want. I can pivot in my business whenever I want. And if it's no longer serving me, I'm not doing it anymore. If it's not clear to me, I need to make it clearer. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen if this makes sense. If you have a business or a business idea, it is okay for you to pivot always. Hindsight is 2020. After staying in that relationship for too long and not making the pivot in my business a little bit sooner, it's like you can't worry about the time, the energy, and the money that you invested in something if it's no longer serving you anymore, if it doesn't make you happy. If it's not a hell yes, then it's a no and you need to move on. So once I got to that point, I said, I can be a business coach. It's okay. So I started a brand new YouTube channel, Build a Business with Chris. It's Build a Business with KRYS. And I wanted a space for my audience who wanted to start and grow businesses. So I started this YouTube channel at the end of 2023 and I was super duper excited. And I said, I'm a business coach now. So in the beginning of 2024, I closed down all of my couponing programs. I let go of all of my couponing clients, some of which who have been with me for 3 and 4 years. And I let go of thousands of dollars of monthly recurring revenue that hurt the most. And I said, I'm going to be a business coach. But I struggled in 2024. I struggled in 2024 because I was super depressed from what had happened in 2023. I feel like 2023 almost took me out. In 2024, I was refinding myself as Crystal. I was redefining my role as Krista Maximizer. I was refiguring out the type of coach that I was going to be. I was figuring out my new ideal client. I was figuring out my messaging online, but it wasn't clear. I was an anything business coach and I was like, nothing sets me apart. What's my secret sauce? I'm not getting clients because I'm not clear on what I'm selling and how I'm helping them. And it's too big. I can help you with your business. It's too big of a bite. Yes, I can help you with all aspects of your business, but I need to be a master of one area. Like I can help you start a business all the way to launching a business. I can help you take the idea from your brain. You can come to me and say, Crystal, I want to start a business, but I don't know which one. And I can help you figure out what kind of business you can start. I've done it. I had this class that I teach. It's called the Brain to Business Bootcamp. And it's an 8-week program where I'll walk you through that entire process of taking the idea from your brain and turning it into a business. But I was like, this is too much. I need to know what sets me apart because there's 50,000 business coaches out here and I'm just number 51. Okay. So like, what am I going to do that sets me apart? What are my clients going to come to me for specifically? So I said, self. What am I really good at? And what have I helped my clients with the most? The answer to this question was content. Hey, Andrea, thank you so much for joining. The answer to that question is content. Okay. She's right. She's helping me with that right now. Yes, we are starting a business from scratch with Muna. Absolutely. I said content. I had created over 2,000 YouTube videos. For a year and a half, I posted, and I just found my planner, my early Kristen Maximizer planners from 2018 to 2020. I was posting 5 to 7 times a week on YouTube, long form videos, 30 to 45-minute videos, 5 to 7 a week with a 9 to 5. I was an utter psycho. So I posted almost 2,000 videos to my YouTube channel. Okay. In my first year of YouTube, I posted almost 400 videos. In my first year, excuse me, I've gone live well over 1,000 times. I've gone live over 1,000 times from all of this content, not to mention all of the TikTok videos that I have created, all of the Instagram videos that I've done, any specific Facebook videos that I have created. I created specific content for my membership programs, like thousands of pieces of content. And when I say content for me, it's all videos. I got a few stagnant posts here and there that my VA created, but I've created thousands of videos. From these thousands of videos, from this 1,000+ lives, I've been able to make over $400,000 in 6 years. Which, when I look at the numbers, sometimes I still don't believe it because I'm like, how did I do this? That is a lot of money. And for me to be able to make it where 99% of it came from content. From creating content and not running ads, y'all. Organic content. Just out here on the algorithms. So I've been able to make money all the ways you can think of on social media. I've done 4 and 5 figure brand deals. I've made at this point 5 figures from affiliates. So I worked with a lot of rebate apps and I got a crap ton of bonuses. I have an affiliate deal right now that is nice, and I'm praying to the good Lord that it keeps on going up. So I've earned thousands of dollars from like rebate apps and from I sold Teamy and I sold a bunch of things and I earned that commission. So I've earned 5 figures from that. Okay. I also have been able to make money directly from YouTube. I've made over $35,000 from YouTube. I need to pull it. I haven't looked in a while, but my YouTube that's monetized only makes a few $100s every month, but that adds up to thousands in a year. So I've made over $35,000 directly from YouTube. I've made thousands of dollars directly from TikTok. I've made money from Instagram and Facebook. So all of my platforms have paid me in some form or fashion, but the biggest chunk of money is I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars, well over $200,000 selling my coaching, my one-on-one, my group programs, my memberships. I've been able to make thousands, hundreds of thousands. Let me correct myself. Hundreds of thousands of dollars selling my programs, okay? My coaching through my content. It was like, I'm a content coach. That's what I do well. Not to mention my clients, okay? I helped my 60-year-old mother, not even in person, over the phone. I taught her how to use Instagram to make reels so that she could get clients for her sewing business. Most of our business was mostly referrals and like when she would post on Facebook to all of her friends and friends of friends. But she started posting reels on Instagram and she got 5 clients from Instagram in like a span of like 2 to 3 months. Now, for a 60-year-old that barely knows how to use social media, huge. I helped a client once who had made $0.00 for the past 90 days. In 30 days, I got her to $1,000. She made $990 in the first 30 days that we worked together from her content. I had her going live, I had her posting, and she did do some in-person. She did 2 pop-up shops, but the bulk of her money she made from her content. I've helped other clients figure out how to create their reels, and then their reels took off really well on Instagram and they were able to sell more of their products and services because they refocused their reels. I help clients go from just making a stagnant 1 picture post on Instagram, which are not performing really well, and help them turn those 1 picture posts, the same content idea, into a video that allowed them to make sales. I've helped my clients who are scared to go live. I hosted a live boot camp. I helped them come up with a live strategy and they were actually able to go live. They were actually able to build their audience from it. So if it's one thing I do really, really well, it's content. So that's how I became a content coach. Once I made this switch At the end of 2024, when I got my mojo back, I signed clients every single month. So from September to February, I signed multiple clients every single month, whether it was a strategy session, 6-month coaching. I did some 4-month coachings. I did some one-time 1-month coaching. I signed clients, multiple clients every single month once I got clear. Once I was clear on how I was helping my clients and what I was helping them with, the floodgates opened for me. That clarity was needed, but the content is at the core of this. So I'm a business owner first, content creator second, but my content is the key to me getting clients. That content is my whole strategy. It's my whole everything. Creating content, walking my clients through the process of you watching this live all the way through you becoming a client. That's what I do. So on tonight's live, I want to answer your content questions. I want to do an open content Q&A. I have about 8 questions here that people have asked me, whether on my YouTube channel, on my Facebook page, in my DMs, over on Instagram, over on TikTok. But it's all pertaining to content. But I know that there's a lot of people out here who are not creating content in their business, or they're creating content and they're not seeing the results that they desire from it. So I want to open the floor tonight, and I want everyone to drop their questions about creating content for their business in the comments. And I also want to know where you're watching from. So let me know where you're watching from, what city, what state, what country are you watching from? And I want to know your number one content question that you have right now, because I want to answer it. And I love talking about content. So that's my 10-minute about me and how I got to be the content coach in front of you. And I feel like in today's climate, no shade, no tea, with a lot of people getting onto social media and creating a lot of content and becoming content creators, and also some people like going viral, not everybody has been here consistently. They have been here for a little while, but I want you to know that consistency built Krista Maximizer. I have 2, I guess so, viral videos that I can think of the top of my head, but consistency built Krista Maximizer. I've been posting consistently almost every month. There's a couple months in there where I didn't post. I can probably count, like, in the past 7 years, I can probably count 5 months in 7 years that I didn't post. 3 of them, I was like utterly depressed. And the last 2, I actually posted. It wasn't a lot of videos, but I can't even say those 2 months that I was traveling, I posted. It wasn't as many videos I usually post. Thank you, Muna. But I posted videos. But I can literally count 5 months in 7 years that I didn't post. Consistency built Krista Maximizer. Consistency built me. Consistency allowed me to sign clients. Consistency is what's allowing my monetized couponing channel to still make money every single month. I've made a YouTube check every single month that I've been monetized since December. Well, my first check was in January of 2019. I've only not gotten a check 1 month. And that was here recently because I wasn't posting and I wasn't going live. And that channel, I don't really post on much at all, but I hadn't gone live. So I make like $2 to $3 off every live. And that usually boosts me over it. But it was 1 month that I didn't make a check in 6 years of posting. I've been getting checks since January of 2019. So I just want you to see, like, the consistency is what built me. And the consistency is what's going to help you with your business. So what questions do we have about content? Drop them in the chat. And I'm going to go with the first question. The question I get, probably one of the most often questions I get, is what platform should I post on? What platform should I be on? What platform is the best platform? What platform do y'all think is the best? Drop it in the comments. What platform is the best platform? Let me know in the comments what platform you think is the best platform, okay? So the answer to this question is, what platform are your ideal clients on? You are a business owner first. Excuse me, Jesus. You are a business owner first and a content creator second, okay? As a business owner, you want to be in tune with your ideal client. Your ideal client is the person who needs their problem solved by the product or service that you offer. So if you don't know who your ideal client is, you need to go back to the drawing board and figure out who's your ideal client, an ideal group of clients that need what you sell. If what you are selling in your business doesn't solve a problem or offer convenience, you're probably not making any money. You probably have an expensive hobby. So once you know who your ideal client is, you know whose problem you are trying to solve, what platform are they chilling on? Now, for a lot of our ideal clients, they're on all the platforms. My ideal clients are everywhere. They're on TikTok, they're on Instagram, they're on Facebook, they're on YouTube. They're also on Threads. Okay. So that's the first base. Where are your ideal clients? My clients is everywhere. Okay. So right now, today, 7 years in, I am posting on multiple platforms, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. I'm posting on all my platforms because I've been doing this for 7 years. But when I was new, I was only posting on YouTube. And that brings me to my next section of choosing what platform to post on. What platform do you want to be on? What platform makes you excited to post? What platform do you want to learn and use all the features? Let me know in the comments, what is your number one platform? Muna said Instagram or TikTok is the best, but what is your number one platform? If you could only post in one place, where would you post? For me, it would be YouTube. So you want to find the intersection of where your ideal clients are and what platform do you want to be on? Because whatever platform is your number one platform, that's going to be your bread and butter. That's where the core of your content is going to be created. That's where you're going to build your strongest audience, and then you can diversify from there. But I teach my clients one main platform and one secondary platform. In your early stages, it is not to your benefit to be on every platform all the time. Okay. Which brings me to my next question that people ask: how often should I post? Okay. You don't have to be on every platform all the time as a business owner. It doesn't serve you. Remember, you're a business owner first, a content creator second. So you need to be focusing on making sales, engaging, and nurturing your clients. That should be your priority. Content is secondary, because to get those clients, you post the content. Okay. So you decide where your ideal clients are and what platform do you want to be on so you can maximize the features on all the platforms. Now, I chose YouTube. Now, I chose YouTube in the beginning back in 2018 because I wanted to get paid from the platform, because I was unsure what product I wanted to sell. I didn't know if I wanted to sell a coupon binder. I didn't know if I wanted to sell a class. I didn't know. So I said, let me just start by creating the coupon content and showing people what I'm doing. I didn't realize back then that I was building an audience. Business coach, content coach Crystal now was like, oh, you spent 9 months building an audience before you sold anything. But I also was getting paid from the platform. So because I used to YouTube, and I love YouTube for its long form capabilities because I am long winded, YouTube is my number one platform. TikTok is second, then Instagram, then Facebook. But in today's world, I go live on all the platforms. Like, I'm live everywhere right now on all 5 of my platforms because I have 2 YouTube channels: Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I'm live on all 5 channels right now because it doesn't cost me anything extra. I'm looking at 3 cameras. I got Instagram, I got TikTok, and I got the YouTube channels and Facebook on my laptop. Doesn't cost me anything extra to go live everywhere. And then I started creating day in the life content because I wanted to post more on my main platform, right? I'm going on tangents, but I'm sharing examples. And this is open Q&A. So if anyone's popping in and you're watching and you have specific questions about creating content for your business, drop those questions in the comments. If you have specific questions about creating content for your business, this is a content Q&A. Drop your questions. I looked at the beginning of this year. I was talking to my sister and I said, I feel like I'm leaving money on the table when it comes to my business. I said, I want to look to see what other ways can I make money in my business doing what I'm already doing, not creating anything new or doing anything extra. How can I make more money? And I said, well, my TikTok's monetized. I have a monetized YouTube channel. What else can I do? I said, okay, so I'm going to post more content. And as much as I was fighting it, I was like, I'm going to post short form content. But then I was like trying to do teaching short form content. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. So I said, I've been enjoying watching people's day in the lives. I said, what if I did a day in a life and I showed myself as a business owner, but I got 2 side hustles to stay afloat? I'm going to be real with y'all. Business is like this, and I'm in a rebuilding stage. With my couponing, I had a core base of close to $5,000 I knew was coming to me every single month without fail from all of my reoccurring clients. I did not have that when I started my business as a business coach in the beginning of 2024. I didn't have that. I didn't have that at the end of 2024. That is what I'm building to get to that solid base of money coming in every single month on autopilot. So I said, businesses like this, I got to work my side hustles to make sure bills are paid and I have everything that I need. And that's so real right now with how expensive everything is. Okay. So I said, what else can I do to make money? I said, I can post these day in the lives because number one, it builds my audience. It shows my ideal client the real insight of what I'm doing every day. And it will allow me to tell stories about what I'm doing in my business and with my clients. So I said, I'm going to post day in the life vlogs on my YouTube channel on shorts because YouTube's favoring shorts and YouTube is my main platform. But then I said, if I already have the shorts, I'm going to post them everywhere. So I started filming day in the lives back in January and I started posting them. Now, I was on the road for 2.5 months for my second side hustle, and I did not film as much as I would like because we were really busy, like slammed. But I started filming in January, and I love my day in the lives. My second favorite type of content to create. Lives are first, then my day in the lives. And I said, if I already have them, I'm going to post them everywhere. So now when I record a day in a life, I don't record it in TikTok. I record it on my phone. I edit it in InShot and I post it on all the platforms. But I only do that because I wanted to create more content for my YouTube channel and figure out a way to make more money. Like, how can I build my audience? How can I show my audience a different version of me? How can I do non-talking head videos? I love talking head videos, but I'm like, my audience needs more than that, right? That's how I started the day in the lives, literally. Welcome to everybody who just joined me on on YouTube and Facebook. And I do see somebody just joined on Instagram, so welcome. My name's Crystal, aka Krista Maximizer, and I'm a content coach. And we're doing a content Q&A session. So if you have any questions about creating content, any questions around content at all, please go ahead and drop it in the chat. And I'll be more than happy to answer those questions for you, okay? So that's how I chose my platforms. That's the platforms that I post on. So the answer to that question of what platform should you post on, where your ideal clients are, and where you want to be. And I'm maximizing my potential. Muna asks, where are you posting these day in the lives? My day in the lives are being posted on every platform. So I just posted April 20th. It should be alive right now. And it is on all platforms. So I prefer you to watch it on YouTube, but also go watch it on TikTok. It's the same video. I just posted everywhere. So the day in the lives go up on all 4 of my channels. Now, my monetized couponing channel, I was like, I'm not posting my day in the lives over there. What am I thinking? I forgot to. So I actually have it on my to-do list for this week to like unload the clip, and I have almost 30 day in the lives. So I'm just going to schedule like 1 or 2 a day over there to continue to build my audience and drive people to my, business YouTube channel. But I post them everywhere. So I post them on YouTube, Build a Business with Chris. I post them on TikTok, Instagram, my Facebook business page, and I'm going to post them on my couponing channel, Chris the Maximizer. But right now they're just on the first 4 channels, and like right now today's June 5th and I just posted April 20th. So very soon I'll be into May and then into June. And I have been recording, like I think I have like 10 or 12 that I'm recording. So I try to record 4 to 5 a week. So I think moving forward my cadence will be like 4 day in the lives per week. And then I go live 4 times per week. And then I post 1 time on my YouTube channel per week, long form. So I have a crap ton of content coming out, but I have the time and the availability to do that. I'm building up my coaching offers right now. So I do have about 4 spots available in my long-term coaching. So I don't coach a ridiculous amount of hours per week. So I have plenty of time to work on creating more content, because the more content that I create, the more views I get, the more clients I can sign. My goal is to get clients. Okay. So now I'm off on a little rant, but that's a great question. What other questions do y'all have? Please drop them in the comments if you have questions around creating content, anything about content, especially for your business. The next question I get is, how often should I be posting? And I think this is a little bit of a controversial topic, because you'll see people who are doing content creation and they tell you you need to post 3 to 5 times per day. I scrolled on somebody's video last night and this man was straight like, "Oh, I post 20 times a day." He's just a content creator. He's not a business owner. Well, not selling his business products. He said post 20 times a day. And I was like, this was on TikTok. And I was like, who has time for that? So as a business owner first, content creator second, I suggest you post 3 to 5 times per week. 3 to 5 times per week. Your goal as a business owner is to make sales. Thank you so much for the gifts. I appreciate y'all so much on TikTok. Your goal is to make sales, not to be a full-fledged content creator, especially in your beginning stages of your business. If you're not making $2,000 to $3,000 per month in your business, you do not have the luxury of posting on every platform. You need to be clearing up your messaging, clearing up your ideal client, making sure that the content that you're currently posting is quality, making sure that you are building your audience. And if you're trying to post 5 times a day, you are not perfecting your product. Your product needs to be amazing. You know, when Keith Lee's like, I need to know if the food's good or they just had a marketing issue, you want yours to be a marketing issue. You don't want to have a shitty product, because if you have a shitty product and then your videos catch traction or you get 50 people that want to buy from you and your product is trash, you're going to get like 40 bad reviews and then no one's going to buy it. So as a business owner, you should be perfecting your product. If you're a coach or a mentor, you want to be perfecting your coaching craft. You want to spend most of your time on your business and not on your content. Does this make sense? Yes or no? If this makes sense, type yes in the comments. Tap the screen on TikTok and Instagram if this makes sense. Okay. So business owners should post 3 to 5 times per week. If right now you post 2 or 3 times per month, I would say go with 3 times per week, 3 pieces of video content where you are sharing about you and your business. I was looking at my next tips. So I'm going to jumble some of these together because they're together, okay? You should not be focusing on trying to post 5 times a day. You should be focusing on posting 3 times a week if you're barely posting once a week right now. And when you are posting, I'm going to go into the type of content you should be posting in just a second. But I don't want you to think that as a business owner, you need to post 5 times a day to encourage someone to buy your lip gloss. That's not the best way to go about it. Okay. So 3 to 5 times per week. Now, the 3 to 5 times per week works for all short form platforms. So YouTube Shorts, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, 3 to 5 times per week. If you're doing YouTube long form videos, 1 video a week is a good start, 2 if you can. And this is pre-recorded video content where you are talking, okay? Pre-recorded video content where you are talking. Now, the next question I get is, what should I be posting? So I have packaged up or bottled up my content into 2 types of content. Connection content that builds your audience. Conversion content is what sells your products or services. So when you are starting on social media, you want to spend your first 8 to 12 weeks, 2 to 3 months posting connection content. Crystal, what's connection content? Connection content is what connects you to your ideal client. This is where you are going to share content that is the what's in the why of your business that you created, the what's in the why of your industry that your business is in, and the what's in the why of your story that you are telling to the world. So the what's in the why of my business, Krista Maximizer, the what's in the why of the industry that I'm in the coaching industry, business coaching industry, specifically content industry as a business coach, right? And then the what and the why of my story. How did I start this business? Why did I start this business? Why do I feel convicted in this area? Why is this important to me? Why do I want to help? Does this make sense? Yes or no? Type yes in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen on TikTok or Instagram if this makes sense to you. Okay. Connection content is what's going to draw in your ideal client and connect them to you. If you sell lip gloss, you want to spend 8 to 12 weeks making lip gloss, makeup, and skincare content. That is the what and the why of your industry and the what's in the why of your story. People like stories. Your audience needs to know you, like you, and trust you before they can buy from you. The way that they're going to do that is by learning more about you and hearing the why. Okay? You have to tell people why, which will bring me to the next type of content in a second. But people need to know the why and they need to know the background. That's why I spend 10 minutes introducing myself on every single live, because you need to know who I am. You need to know why I'm here. You need to know how I got here. And I also want you to know I just didn't go viral 3 weeks ago and now I'm all like, I'm a content coach. Let me teach you. No, I've been doing this for 7 years. Okay. I am not new to this. I'm true to this. I have been grinding it out. People need to know your experience. I have a client now, okay? She's starting a brand new business from scratch, but she has 20 years of experience in businesses. She's created and sold $2 million businesses. That is important for people to know now that she is a business coach in a specific niche. Yes, she just started her business a few months ago, but she started and sold 2 other businesses for $1 million businesses. 7-figure businesses she was able to sell. I'm like, that's important to your story. People need to know that you come to the table with 20 years of experience. So you're not charging $100 for a coaching package. You're charging thousands of dollars for a coaching package because you have 20 years of experience on your back and you've sold 2 successful businesses. Okay? Connection content. Attract the ideal client that needs their problem solved by you. The next type of content is the conversion content. This is the content where you sell your ass off without saying bye. Conversion content is how you convert your customer from a viewer, from a watcher, from a follower, from a subscriber to a paying client. How do you do that? Again, you share the why. Now, this time you're going to share the what's in the why of your product, the what's in the why of the problem that it solves, and how their life is going to be better, different, changed forever in a good way by using your product or service. You don't have to say, buy my lip gloss if you tell me why your lip gloss is better than everyone else's. If you tell me the ingredients of your lip gloss, why you created it, how you created it, the properties of it. I want you to think show and tell. You're telling someone all the good, juicy details about it. You're not telling them, oh, go buy it. You're telling them why they should buy it, why it's good for them, why it's going to change their life, why it's going to solve their problem, why is it going to give them more of what they want. Does this make sense? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense, okay? Why? The why makes people buy. Why is why people buy, okay? You have to be very intentional about sharing the what's in the why of your product that you are selling and why it's going to solve my problem and why is it going to give me more of what I want and why is it going to make my life better on the other side. So those are the 2 types of content you want to create. In the beginning, before you start selling anything, connection content for 8 to 12 weeks. And then you can launch with your conversion content, sharing all the things about your products and services, thus making sales for you. Okay. The next question I get, how do I decide my content topics? How do I know what the heck I should be talking about? Every month, I sit down and I plan my YouTube videos. I post once a week, so that's only 4 topics. My plan is to go live 16 times per month. So I essentially need 20 content ideas. I need 20 video ideas. The way in which I teach my clients to figure out their content ideas is simple. First, questions. What questions are people asking you about your business? What questions are people asking you about your industry? The second layer of questions is that I want you to go to Google. What is your industry? Lip gloss, makeup, skincare. Type it in the Google bar. Then I want you to scroll down to the section that says other questions people are asking. This will literally tell you what people are Googling. So when people are Googling things, that also means they're typing it into whatever platform is your main platform, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, to find these answers, meaning there's room for that type of content. So if you type in lip gloss and other questions people are asking, how to get the most moisturizing lip gloss, how to get colored lip gloss, whatever those topics are, those are content topics that you could be sharing on your social media. Also, when it comes to questions, go to your platform. Thank you so much for the likes and the gifts. I really appreciate it, Audrey. Thank you so much. Go to your platform. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, YouTube. They all have a search bar. Search your content topics. Lip gloss, makeup, skincare. What pieces of content are coming up that you can also create with your secret sauce? What don't you see over there that you're like, people need to know this, which is another thing. What do people need to know before they buy from you? What do people need to know about your industry that they don't know? What are some common myths, things that people think they know, but it's really not true, that you can dispel? Okay. Another way to find content topics, okay, is to go to your competitors' videos. I want you to go to somebody that has 100,000 followers, hell, 1,000,000 followers. I want you to look at their most recent videos or their top performing videos in your area. I want you to pause the videos. Do not watch their content. We're not copying their content. You are simply going to their content to go to the comment section. Whatever questions people are asking in that comment section, those are content topics for you. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Tap the screen if this makes sense. Yes in the comments on YouTube and Facebook if this makes sense. Go to the comment section of your competitors, popular people in your area, and I want you to look and see what questions are people asking that are going unanswered. This is brilliant. Thank you. I'm happy. This has been helpful. Please and make sure that you are on my email list, Audrey. I do lives like this. I'm going to be going live every day until June 15th. But I do lives like this 3 to 4 times per week. So please make sure you're on my email list, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you want more help, go ahead and book yourself a free sales call. But look at those comments. Hundreds of comments, probably thousands of comments. And the link's in my profile to get on my email list. Or you can go right to my website, KristenMaximizer.com. Hundreds and thousands of comments that are not getting answered. Okay. Create the content to answer those questions. If someone is asking that question in someone else's comments, that means that that's a piece of content that you need to create. One thing that set me apart from couponers, as I changed the couponing industry, okay, I would go to other big creators' videos and I would see what questions people were asking. And I would do videos on that and I would go live on those topics. Okay. And then I would literally, which we'll talk about live in a second, I would go live and I would answer people's questions live. Couponers were not answering questions. They were telling people to watch their video, look at the breakdown, or go to Google. I would answer the question, how do you start couponing, damn near every single day. Every single day, I got new followers. Every single day, I got new people on my email list. Every few days, I got new people to join my membership. Why? Because I was answering questions and other couponers were not. Now, those people go live. Those people answer questions. They do Q&As and all that stuff. But it wasn't something that they were doing until I was doing it. And then they jumped on the bandwagon. Okay. So go and see what questions people are asking that are not getting answered. And I want you to create that as content. I also teach my clients to have content pillars. your 3 to 5 content core topics. So as a couponer, my core topic, my content pillars were money. I was a money savings coach. So couponing, budgeting, money saving, grocery shopping, and meal planning. Those are the 5 core topics. And I could share 3 to 4 videos about each one of them every month. And I would have all of my content for the month. Right now, it's all about content. It's all about going live. It's all about making money. It's all about being consistent. Okay. My content pillars right now are constantly ever changing. I'm really big on what type of content should you be creating? How do you create that content? And going live. Those are like the big 3 that I'm focusing on right now, because that's a lot of the questions I'm getting. It's a lot of what I'm coaching my clients through. Okay. I just gave you an abundance. Okay. If you're only posting 3 times a week, you only need 12 content topics for the month. I want you to keep a running list Google Doc. Anytime somebody asks you a question, add that to the list. If you're watching a video and you see questions that people are asking and you're like, that should be good content, write it on your list. Do not put your list in a notebook. Put it on something electronically on your phone that you can get to easily. I have a Google Doc. I can access it from my work phone, from my personal phone, and from my laptop. And when I get an iPad, it's going to be on my iPad too. Because when I get an idea, I'm like, oh, that's a good content idea. I'll write it down. Or I'll voice memo myself. But I want you to keep a running list. In 7 years, I've never ran out of content topics. Now, do I sit here sometimes and I'm like, I've talked about that before? Oh, well, talk about it again. How many times have I done a content Q&A? I try to do one every 6 to 8 weeks, because new people are finding you every day. New people are finding you and your content and your business every single day. It's okay to repeat yourself. Yes, I want you to talk about your product so much that I know the details of it. I have some of my favorite business owners. I know their background story. I know the origin story of their products. I know the origin story of their services because I listen and I watch their content. I like them. I like what they are selling. So I know their information. There's people who come and they know what I'm going to talk about and they stay. My paid clients who pay me, they get me, they pay me. They still come on my lives and they listen. So it's okay to repeat yourself. I was answering how to start couponing every time I went live, somebody would ask me that question. And if it wasn't every time, it was every other time. I would get that question, how to coupon, in my comments at least 4 to 5 times per week in my comments. How do I start couponing? How do I start couponing? How to coupon at CVS? How to coupon? And I would answer the question. And I would make content. How to coupon at CVS? How to coupon at Walgreens? I would make that content. Okay? Over and over and over again. You know, when I'm coming up with my lives, you want to know my secret? I go back to my lives 4 months ago. Which ones performed really well? What questions are people asking me now? Let's do that live again. Update the title, change up some of the talking points, but let's do the same bases again. This live I've done every 6 weeks with the same and very similar questions. I add them on based on other questions I'm getting. But like, I've never ran out of content topics in 7 years. I've never sat here and been like, I don't know what I'm going to make a video on. I would sit here and be like, okay, what's my theme of my content for this month? What do I kind of want to focus on? What questions have people been asking me a lot? Then I go to my Google Doc and I see. And then I go to my content calendar and I'm like, okay, these videos did really well. Let me do an updated version. Let me refresh this. Let me talk about this again, because obviously people need this. Does this make sense? Yes or no? Let me know in the comments if this makes sense. Tap the screen on Instagram and TikTok if this makes sense. You should never run out of content ideas as a business owner. Ever. Did you tell your story? Did you talk about why you started the business? Did you talk about why you created that product? So if you have any content questions, drop it in the chat, okay? Drop any questions you have about content in the chat. Next tip. How do I batch or record a lot of content at once? How can I be consistent and post every day? The secret to consistency, and not every day we're not posting. The secret to consistency when posting on social media is planning your content. You have to plan. So I teach my clients my 3-step schedule, which is plan, batch and schedule. I call it PBS. So this question specifically is, how do I record a lot of content at once? I'm going to give you the 5-minute version of PBS, and then I want to encourage you to go to my YouTube channels. If you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, go subscribe. My YouTube channel is Build a Business with Chris. Excuse me, it's Build a Business with KRYS. You can go to my website and click on YouTube. You can go to my website, join my email list, and it will give you the link to my YouTube channel and the link to book a sales call with me. Okay? Everything you need is at KristenMaximizer.com. But make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. I'm trying to get 39 more subscribers before June 30th so that I can reach 900 subscribers on my business YouTube channel. Okay? So when it comes to batching your content, you have to plan it out. If you're trying to wake up every day and be like, well, what do I post today? You're not going to post. You're not going to be consistent because you can't sustain that long term. If you have a life, you're running your business full time and you got other things that you're doing. You can't do that. So PBS, first step is to plan. You know you're posting 3 times a week. So if you post 3 times a week, you need 12 pieces of content. You want to come up with your 12 content ideas. You want to outline, give 3 to 5 talking points for each of your content ideas. You want to have your calls to action, meaning what do you want your ideal clients to do once they listen to your piece of content? Okay. That's how you plan out your content, your topics, your outlines, your calls to action. Then I want you to plan out, what day can I record all of these pieces of content? Look at your calendar. If you're posting 3 Instagram reels per week, that's 12 for the month. If they're 2 to 3 minutes, at most, that's 36 minutes of content, between 24 to 36 minutes of content. You can block out 90 minutes on your calendar to record all of this, okay? The second step of this is to batch. Hold on. It says my phone is getting hot. Let me cool it down. Turn my fan on. Cool down the phone. I gotta cool it down, heat it. Oh, it's because my laptop is hot. Hold on. So batching is the second step, okay? Now that you've planned what day you are going to record your content, you're going to record all your content at once. You should be able to find 90 minutes. At worst, find 2 60-minute slots on your calendar to record your content. When you're batching your content, a couple of things. If you're making a physical product, like if you make your lip gloss, you make candles, you make cookies, one of you are going to need 2 content recording days. You're going to record one day when you make your batch from beginning to end. So if you're making cookies, I need you to record the whole process, how you make the dough, how you cut the cookies, how you freeze them, how you decorate them, how you package them. One day, record it all. Don't talk to the camera, just record it B-roll style. Then the second day, you're going to sit down, cut up your clips, voiceover, and if you're going to do any parts face to camera, do it on the second day. Does this make sense? Yes or no? That's if you are making your product from scratch. If you sell a service or your product is already prepackaged, I want you to sit down and record all 12 of your videos at once. You're going to do 3 different shirts and change up your hair. You also are going to look and feel your best. For me, I do my makeup and I don't plan anything else on the day because I'm usually recording 12, 10 to 15 minute YouTube videos. Okay? I don't plan anything else. I eat good. I put on good music. I take myself a good smoothie. You want to make sure you're feeling your best when you batch your content. You want to be high energy. You want to be excited. And you want your audience to see your personality. You want your ideal clients to feel like they know you. Why? Because they need to know you, like you, and trust you so that they will buy from you. Okay? Does that make sense? Let me know if this makes sense in the comments. Tap the screen on Instagram and TikTok if this makes sense. Record all of your videos at once. Label them in your phone. As soon as I'm done recording a video, I drop it in my editing software and I label it. I label it with the topic of the video and the day it needs to be posted. Because I also teach my clients when I plan out my content, I plan the day. So I know this video is for June 7th, this video is for June 12th, etc., etc. Okay? Record all of your content. Then the last step is to schedule. Once all of your content is recorded, I suggest you edit 3 videos a week. So every week you edit 3 videos and you schedule 3 videos. You can schedule your content on every single platform, even TikTok. You can do it on the laptop, and now they have an app on your phone where you can schedule your content. You can schedule your content. So edit 3 videos and schedule it. This is how you stay consistent. This is how you batch your content. Edit 3 videos a week, schedule them, and then go to the next week. I teach this full strategy. If you're a one-on-one client, I'll walk you through this full strategy. One step at a time. Okay? Whew, I'm tired. Last question I get is, should I be going live? And the answer to that question is hell yes. If you are a business owner, you're selling a product or service, you should be going live. I make most of my sales on live, meaning most people watch me on a live, then they watch a little bit of pre-recorded content, and then they become a client. Or some people go straight to live Jesus. I'm getting too excited. So my brain is thinking faster than I can talk. And I'm also consciously thinking to talk slower because I'm a naturally fast talker. And I know that if I talk too fast, y'all can't understand me. So if you sell a product or service, you should be going live. I make most of my sales on live. There's some people who watch me live and then become a client. Okay. There's some people who watch me live, watch some content, and then become a client. You should be going live. When you go live, just like how you planned out your content topics, you're going to plan out your lives the same way. I plan out my lives just like I plan out my pre-recorded videos. Okay. And I have a full strategy on how to go live. I also have a live bootcamp. Okay. I think I want to do a content bootcamp because I have a brain to business bootcamp to start your business. I have a live bootcamp to go live, but I think I want to create a content bootcamp. What do y'all think? It would be a group program, and I haven't done a group program in like over a year at this point, but I'm thinking about doing a content bootcamp. I just got to map it out. But anywho, go live and show and tell. Show your product and tell us why. All the whys. Why we need it, why it's the best, why it's going to solve my problem, why you created it, why it's going to give me more of what I want. You should not be on live like, bye, bye, bye. Nobody wants to hear that shit. You should be on live telling us why. Okay? So if you have enjoyed this live and it has been helpful, I want to ask you to do a couple of things for me. Okay? Number one, please get on my email list. Go to KristenMaximizer.com and join my email list. It's totally free. When you get on my email list, you get notified when I go live. You get notified when I post a new video, and you're going to get notified when I have brand new coaching offers. Okay. Right now, currently, you can go to KristenMaximizer.com, get on my email list. Okay. And subscribe to Build a Business with Chris, which is my business YouTube channel. If you're not subscribed, please do it. All of those things are free 99. But right now, I am doing a challenge. I am doing a 15K in 15 days challenge. And this is my mega board that shows that. Let me see if I can. Okay, you should be able to see it now. I'm doing a 15K in 15 days challenge. Okay. So if you haven't been following me, I have a lot going on in life right now. Okay. And I need to make 15K by June 15th. So I gave myself 18 days to make 15K. And in the spirit of a why, I'm going to tell you why I need to make 15K. And it's technically day 8 of my challenge. And I'm going to share with y'all using my big board, my update of where I am, how much I need to go, and what I'm doing to actually make the 15K. So my daughter, Kinsley, who you guys have seen in my videos, she got into a private school. So what kicked this whole thing off is that Kinsley got into a private school in Florida. She's an athlete, she's academic, all the things. She got into a private school, and I gotta pay tuition. That's number one. I have a portion of tuition I gotta pay. But the private school is an hour away from where we currently live. an hour. So we have to move. Thankfully, my lease is up in July. Okay, my lease is up in July. School starts in August. So it's like the stars aligned. But we have to move. So everything that comes along with moving, and it is not cheap. Okay. I have been able, by the grace of God, to find us an amazing house to move into. 4 bedrooms, 2 bathroom, brand new house, new construction in a new neighborhood. Nobody's lived in. Okay. Brand new house. But it's expensive. Deposit, first month's rent, prorated first month's rent. We have furniture to buy and all the things. Okay. So between tuition and moving, I did the math. And then on top of that, last month I cracked my laptop screen. So I also need to buy a new laptop because it costs too much to fix the screen. And it's like for a few $100s more, I can just get a new laptop. So I said, Lord, I'm getting a new laptop. So I sat down in true Kristen Maximizer fashion and I did my budget for me to move, for me to buy new furniture, because there's a lot of stuff in this house that's old. There's a lot of stuff in this house that has memories that we do not want to take to the new house. There's a lot of stuff that I'm going to a new house. I'm going for a fresh start. I haven't bought new things like new rugs, a new shower curtain since like 2019. I'm using the same stuff because I'm also very frugal, right? But I told myself I deserve new things. Kinsley deserves new things. So when we move to this new house, I want to get new stuff. So I sat down and I did the math, and it was like a little under 15K to do every single thing that we need and also give myself the second 2 weeks of July off. So I have 2 side hustles. Side hustle number 1 is gig work. I do Instacart, Shipt. I don't really do Spark. I don't really do Uber Eats. I have them, but I don't use them. Instacart and Shipt are my Instacart's number 1, Shipt is number 2. That's my first side hustle. And then my second side hustle is I travel around the US with my sorority sister and we sell sorority and fraternity apparel. So about 2.5 months out of the year, I'm like on the road with her hardcore. And then in the summer for about a month. So altogether in a year, it's about 3.5 months where I'm on the road hardcore and then smaller times in between. So coming up, I have to go back on the road for 3 weeks for the next big show. So I was like, I have to move as soon as I get back, like within days, I'm moving. I said I wanted to be able to give myself the last 2 weeks of July off, but I was supposed to have a launch. And I was like, it's going to be tough to be in a new place and trying to launch. So I'm saying all that to say I did the math of the 15K to include everything through September, so that through August, not September, through August, so that I wouldn't have to worry about launching, so that I wouldn't have to worry about feeling guilty about taking some days off. I want to take the whole 2 weeks off to move into the new house, move out of this house, and do all the things. So 15K would literally get me, honestly, I think it will get me through September. I think it will get me through September too. But I also have another launch planned like in August. But point being, this 15K is going to help me meet and exceed my goals. And on top of all of that, I have coaching spots available. Like I have coaching spots. I have a couple clients who are not continuing with me, and I have a couple spots that are open for my coaching. So I updated all of my coaching. So I'm saying all that to say, I want to make 15K in 15 days. And this is how I'm going to do it. So my first coaching offer is my 9-month one-on-one coaching. This is my favorite coaching offer, and it is my content consistency and cash coaching. This is when I help you create consistent content that converts into consistent sales with the goal of getting you to $2,000 per month in your business consistently by building your audience, nurturing your audience, and selling to your audience. The first 3 months, we focus on your content. We're going to make sure that you are planning your content 30 days in advance. We're going to make sure that you are planning your calls to action. We're going to make sure that you're planning out your emails. We're also going to make sure that if you want to and you're in a place to, you have a live strategy and you start going live to build your audience. The second 3 months is all about your consistency. This is well-oiling that machine of content, but also being consistent in the back end of your business, being consistent with any customers and clients that you do have, and then preparing you to be consistent for the future. Because in the third 3 months, we focus on cash. This is where I teach you how to sell your ass off. And this is where if you haven't launched yet, you're going to launch your product or service. And if you have launched, you're going to relaunch your product or service so that you can make the sales that you desire. So when you leave coaching with me, you know exactly what you need to do to make a consistent $2,000 per month. 9 months is the perfect amount of time. You're birthing a business like you're birthing a baby, and you get me in your back pocket. You get 3 Zoom coaching calls with me every single month, and they're 45 minutes. And then most importantly, you get Voxer access. Voxer is when you can text me and voice message me every day. Any questions, comments, concerns you have, you can voice message me and Voxer message me every single day, and I respond on weekdays within 12 hours, with weekends 24 hours. You get me to help you get to your business, to consistent content and consistent cash. Okay? That's my big 9-month offer, and that's $4,500, and there are payment plans available, extended payment plans available. Then my second offer that I have for you guys is my 90-minute content strategy session. So this is for you if you've been struggling with your content. You post a little bit, but it's not consistent. You don't know how to plan out your content. You might not be quite ready for 9 months, but you know you need help right now. You know you need a jump start. You know you need to get your content going, but you don't know, you're stuck, but you don't know what you're stuck with. The 90-minute content strategy session is for you. I'm going to help you plan out 30 days of content. I'm going to help you choose your topics. I'm going to help you choose your outline. I'm going to help you choose your emails for the month. And I'm going to help you choose your calls to action for the month. So when you leave that strategy session, you'll have a replay of the session. You'll have your Google Doc with all your details. And then you are going to be able to leave that strategy session, go record your content for 30 days, and repeat that strategy. Because everything that I teach is a strategy so that you can repeat it. So when you're not with me anymore, you know exactly what you need to do. This is how I taught in couponing too. I didn't just teach you how to coupon at CVS. I taught you how to coupon anywhere. Now, CVS has specific things. Walgreens has specific things. Rest in peace, Target had specific things. Publix has specific things. But my clients, if they learned how to coupon from me, as long as you know the coupon policy at that store, you can coupon anywhere. As long as you follow this strategy, you can create 30 days worth of content forever and ever and ever and ever. So the 90-minute strategy session is $349. Okay. I also have an email list only offer. If you want a one-time coaching session, you can literally get it for under $200. So if you're on my email list, you can go and get that offer. It's a secret offer. You got to get on my email list to get it. Okay. So with that being said, that is how I'm making the money. I'm also making the money through selling stuff in my house. I'm going to be listing things on Facebook Marketplace this weekend. I also am making money from Instacart and my side gigs. And I'm also making money from my affiliates, which shout out to my affiliates because they are really holding us down right now. So this is my updated board. So far, I've been able to make, since we started the challenge 8 days ago, $5,329.79. We only have $9,672.18 to go. I did sign a new client. She should be paying this weekend. So I'll be able to update the board with her payment. I do not like to, get write anything up here until the money is actually in my bank account. So when she signs up, we will add her to the board. How did I make that money so far? From 2 things. Can y'all see? The bulk of the money came from affiliate income. I signed up with this affiliate brand back in November and December. Didn't think I was going to make any money, but they was like, baby, you going to make, shit. This board is too big for the camera. They said, baby, you going to make this money. So far from that affiliate this month, and I get paid once a month. So we're going to see what the next check is. But I got paid $4,853.67. And from Instacart and Shipt, I've made $474.12. So that's how I got the total $5,327. Okay. So if you have been wanting to work with me, now is the time. Okay. If you have been wanting to get coaching, if you have been wanting to get support, if you're like, Crystal, I think I need your help, get on my email list and book a sales call. I'm also open, because I do have coaching spots available. I'm also open to custom offers. I'm also open to creating a custom package. If you know you want to work with me, just know it's going to be a 9 to 12 month offer if we do a custom package. Okay. Custom packages start at $250 per month. So if you're like, I need coaching, I need help, I need support, I don't want to be out here alone, I'm ready to create consistent content that leads into consistent cash, get on my email list, book a free sales call. We'll sit and chat for an hour and we'll see if we're a good fit to work together, see what your goals are, and then see how I can help you get there. Okay? So, what questions do we have? And if you don't have any questions, can you let me know if this was helpful for you? Yes or no? Whoops. And I do want to thank y'all so much for joining, because I know that when it comes to watching content creators, watching business owners, and listening to people, you have a lot of options and attention spans are short. And I appreciate y'all being here, because without any followers, without any subscribers, there's no Krista Maximizer. Okay. So I definitely appreciate all of you being here. If you have questions and you don't want to ask them publicly, book a sales call or slide in my DMs. What is Shipt? Shipt is basically like Instacart. It performs a little bit differently, but I want to say Target owns it. Maybe Target owns it. I thought Kinsley was coming to paper. She's not. But it's basically it's like Instacart. There's some things that are a little bit different, but when I do Shipt, I mostly shop at Target and then a little bit at Publix. But it's just another way to do shop for people and make money, honestly. So I also have Uber Eats, but Uber Eats be trying to give you $2 to go 7 miles, and ain't nobody got time for that. And then I also have Walmart Spark, and I've not done any orders on Walmart Spark because those orders also look terrible. Like, you want me to stop at 5 people for 17 miles for like less than $20? Like, y'all are on crack. I'm not doing that. So I cherry pick my orders. I take the orders that are the best for me. Like, we got a $40 order today and it was only 7 miles. I was like, that's the kind of orders I want. Then we got a $32 order. I think that one was also 7 miles. So today was really good. I was able to make $122.16 in like 5 hours. So I was like, today was a great day. And I have a goal for myself. Within the challenge, I'm like, okay, I need to make X amount of dollars by Monday. My goal is to make like $750, and that will pay for a couple of the things that I have to pay for, right? So Shipt is just like Instacart. It's another platform for you to shop for people and deliver their groceries. I think it's owned by Target because most of the orders I do are Target and Publix. CVS pops up on there sometimes, but it's mostly for you to do grocery shopping. People be doing full clothes shopping on there too. So I'm like, ugh, I hate when it's a Target order for clothes. They usually give out good bonuses. The bonuses on Shipt are better than the bonuses that you get on Instacart. But I don't mind doing either of them. I like shopping. You know, the couponer in me likes shopping for other people. It's easy. It's an easy side hustle. But like I said in one of my last day in the lives, my favorite side hustle is vending. Vending is super fun because you don't have to like deal with the elements and stuff. And you don't have to like get out your car and drive your car. With vending, you go to a place, you stay there for 12 hours, and then you leave. It's exhausting on your body. You're standing up. You're tired. You got to talk to people all day, answer a gazillion questions. But if I had to pick one, I do like vending a little bit more. Instacart can be fun sometimes when the orders hit, when the orders are good. Okay. Any other questions? Well, I hope this was helpful for you guys. I'm trying to. Okay, I need to stay on here just for 2 more minutes on TikTok. Okay, I'm vlogging, so I'm going to. I answered it twice. Good night, Instagram. I did answer it twice, but it's just like Instacart. I'm vlogging, so Shipt is just like Instacart. So it's just another platform for you to purchase groceries on and for you to get them delivered. I think it's owned by Target because a lot of the orders are there at Target. Yeah, a lot of the orders in there are Target, some Publix, some CVS, what have you. Okay, so good night to my vlog. Good night. What would you say about live, how to come up with speaking points so it's not a lull? The same way you come up with speaking points for your videos, you come up with speaking points for live. It's the same thing. Like, don't overthink it. The same way I come up with talking points for my videos, I come up with talking points for my lives. Cheat code: when you start going live, just pull one of your video topics. So if you do a video on why you became what you're doing in your business, just do a live with the same exact talking points. Literally. Simple. Also, live. So, like, this live is content questions that need answered. I pulled it from a bunch of questions that people ask. But if people ask, if my content topic is how to batch your content, and one of the ways to batch your content is to plan it out, I can literally do a live on how to plan your content, best ways to plan your content, tips to plan your content. That's one idea that I could do 3 lives on. Does that make sense? So it's the same way. It's nothing different, except instead of pre-recording it, you're just doing it live. So you come up with your live topics, you come up with your talking points, you come up with your call to action and what you're actually selling. So are you selling me to join your email list, or are you selling me your product or service? Me, I'm selling you to join my email list and book a sales call with me. Because when you book a sales call with me, then I can sell you on one of my offers. So I want you on my email list, and I want you booking a sales call. But my call to action is subscribe and join my email list. Unless I'm doing something where I'm like, oh, go buy this right now. But 9 times out of 10, it's better for me to get you on my email list and get you to book a sales call. And then from the sales call, we can figure out what type of coaching package you need. Does that make sense? So live talking points are the same as regular pre-recorded talking points. I plan them exactly the same, except I always make sure to do calls to action. And when I'm live, okay, this is a secret to selling without saying bye. When I'm live, I'm constantly referring to what I teach my clients, how I help my clients. I need to be better of name dropping, content consistency, and cash coaching. So when you are sharing on your live, you want to always refer back to your product and how I created it. And this is why I have it. And when I created it, does that make sense? So I'm always like, well, this is what I teach my clients. This is how I help my clients. I have this client. I did this with this client. So it's always at the forefront of like, I have clients and this is how I help them. I have something to sell, but I never say buy. Now, I did once when I was telling y'all about my challenge, because I'm in a hard sales mode right now. And the rest of the year, I don't be hard selling unless I'm in like a hardcore launch and I made something new. But 80% of the time, it's just get on the email list, subscribe to the channel. I don't have to say bye. Like, people will book a sales call. I don't have to say come and buy. They'll just book a sales call because they've heard me talk about everything. They know exactly what they need help with, or they know they need help, and I'm going to help them. You always share great ideas, always inspiring. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate that. So it's 11:30. I'm tired. I did take a nap today, though. I didn't get a nap yesterday, but your girl took a nap today because I told Kinsley, Mommy's not going to make it if she don't take a nap. Okay, so I took a nap today, but I have 2 more things that I need to do before I go to bed, and schedule email, and I do something else. But I do want to thank y'all so much for joining me tonight. Please make sure you get on my email list and you book your sales call, okay? You all have a good night. I will see y'all tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, so I'll most likely be live around this time again because what? I'm going to be going to Instacart tomorrow. Tomorrow's Friday, and I'm basically Instacarting every day through Monday. Because like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we're going to be out. We're going to be doing stuff. So I'm not going to be able to Instacart. So I'm going to Instacart this whole weekend and Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I won't be able to. And then the week after that, I can't Instacart a lot of days. So I'm just trying to maximize my Instacart days to make as much money as possible to help me make this money by June 15th. But the good thing is that I still have time to make money on Instacart after June 15th. But I really just want to hit this 15K. So thank y'all so much for joining, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Bye.